There is a special night on the field coming up, and it all is a part of an effort to save lives off of the field. The Georgia Swarm, they're teaming up with LifeLink of Georgia for what they're describing as Heroes Night. It's happening on April 12th. It's an effort to raise awareness about organ donation and to honor those who have given the gift of life. We are joined now by Swarm goalie Brett Dobson, who is helping to lead the push for Heroes Night. Brett, we appreciate you being here. This is a cause that you are helping to spearhead and to lead. Tell us a little bit about why this cause is important to you.
Yeah, I think any opportunity you get to be able to help somebody out that's in need is huge. I try to put myself into those people's boots, and I think that, if I was in a similar position like that, I would hope anybody would be able to help it. And, when this opportunity was brought to me with the Swarm, I was really excited to take part in it.
And to folks who are going to be in the stands, in the seats, watching you on April 12th on Heroes Night, what message do you want them to take away?
Oh, well, first of all, hopefully they enjoy the lacrosse game. I know the product on field's great, and we just clinched playoffs, so I'm extremely excited for that. But I hope that everyone gets out there and understands that there's people that play a bigger role in life, and be able to honor them, especially, is huge. And I think that those people don't get the enough recognition that they deserve.
And in the past, Brett, you have shared that living with diabetes yourself gives you a unique perspective on topics like this. How has your personal background, both on the field and off of it, shaped your focus and interest in championing causes like this?
I mean, I think it plays a huge role into it. I know for myself, being a type 1 diabetic, I felt like, there's a lot of kids that you would need role models that have diabetes that play sports. I felt like being able to step into that role would be huge for me. And, obviously this one's bigger than that. And I felt like when I got asked for it, there was a no-brainer that I would do it. So I was extremely excited about it. And, yeah, I think that the experience I've had as a kid and people that have helped me out when I was in need with diabetes is something that's kind of molded me to where I am today.
Talk a little bit more about the role of role models. You talked about, hoping to be a role model for the next generation. And you mentioned, too, when you were coming up, a young athlete, the role models that molded you. Now that you're in this role, you're on the field, you're playing professional sports. How important is that responsibility of being a role model to the next generation?
I think it's extremely important. I know, I've been graced with being able to meet a bunch of young kids that have type 1 diabetes who have been able to reach out to me and, tell me I'm their favorite player because of that. And I think that when you lead by example, it sets, the next generation, lets them have goals. I know as myself as a kid, I wanted to be a professional athlete, whether it was in, hockey, baseball, basketball, lacrosse. And, anybody I could gravitate towards that had diabetes, I would use them as a role model. I'm glad that I'm just kind of being able to do the same for those. And I think being, Canadian and growing up in Canada, you understand early that you want to pass it forward to people that, are in need of things. And I think for myself, just being in that position at such a young age was huge. I had the luxury of, having a guy by the name of Max Domi, who's a professional hockey player that plays with diabetes, reach out to me. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And, being able to do that for other kids as well is huge for me.
Kind of opening up that door and that window of opportunity and of hope. We've had so many conversations this week about the astronauts and the Artemis 2 mission kind of being that pathbreaker for a next generation of scientists. But it's just as true in sports as well. When you see somebody who's like you doing what you dream of doing, it can make such a difference. Let me ask you this. We know that there is a donor family that's going to be honored during the game on April 12th. What do you hope they take away from that experience, being there in person?
I hope that they feel welcomed. I think that obviously they're not alone in this battle, and I think that for us to be able to honor them, they're one of many people that are obviously struggling with this type of disease, and I think that for us to be able to do that says a lot about our organization, how classy of an organization we are, and I think that obviously stepping up for this cause is huge, and I think that you don't really understand what those people are going through until you really get to kind of hear it, and for us to honor it, I know it'll go a long way for them.
Brett, one last question to you. We want to be respectful of your time. To somebody who is maybe watching along, to somebody who maybe is a fan of the Swarm and is on the fence about getting involved in volunteering and potentially offering a life-changing, life-saving gift, what would be your message to them ahead of Heroes Night?
I would say this: if you have the opportunity to, save someone's life and to be able to help them out, I think you take that opportunity no matter what, right? There's people that are always going through something worse than what you're dealing with, and If you're able to be that light in someone's day, I think that's huge. So for us as a team, that's kind of our motto, right? And me being a goalie, I try to my best to make lots of saves, but I think being able to support somebody and make a save that's just as big, if not bigger, off the field is huge, right? So for us to be able to do this and take pride in it as a team and as an organization, I think would be huge, and hopefully more people can come out to Georgia Swarm games and can understand that.
Brett Dobson with the Georgia Swarm, the goalie, giving us a preview of a big event coming up April 12th, Heroes Night, providing a spotlight for Lifelink of Georgia and opening the door to a big conversation about more people giving the gift of life through organ donation. Brett, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you for having me.